How you doing? This is Marcella. This is a little impromptu, I would say, presentation. Let's keep it really, really light. I don't know if I could do that because sometimes I get to talking about controversial topics. But today our topic is going to be strategic essentials for entrepreneurs. But before I get started on that and telling you what I know to be true, I need to let you know who I am, right? Um, I was born in a major city in the U.S., educated in the public school systems, raised by a wonderful woman named Janie. I call myself Janie Girl when I'm giving speeches because I'm also a professional speaker. Because I want everybody to know that I had a mother that provided me enough love to last me a lifetime. And I share that love. It was so much, it's overflowing. I share that love with the world. I'm a Gulf War veteran, served directly on the front line under rapid fire, chemical and biological nuclear weapons. Very stressful time. All of this was before I was old enough to really drink. Not to say I wasn't, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Um, I'm a classically trained mechanical engineer, educated in one of the top universities. No shade on any other ones. Everybody should have pride in it within their university. I'm a published author in nanotechnology with a medical application. But I say all of that to say, you know, that's what I do. My passion is shifting atmospheres, moving souls, and that's through impact, positive impact with other people. I'm not alone. I support for-profit and nonprofit entities that positively influence diverse communities throughout the globe in areas that impact them critically, areas such as shelter or lack thereof, okay, because that's what homelessness is. Issues that impact women and also children, domestic abuse and violence, poverty. Because when a woman suffers, a child suffers. I will let you know I grew up with modest means, so I have a sensitivity to things like that. I know that I'm not here just for selfish means and to benefit myself, but to benefit the world. So, getting back to what I was saying about working with organizations, that tend to be my target folks. I like to hang out with folks that want to impact and give back and make a difference in people's lives. If you're one of them type of people that feels that the world is just here to give you everything, then I'm here to tell you that there's also a reciprocal type of situation that has to occur. Yes, by all means, get. But turn that thing around and give a little. So I'm going to start off by telling you that if I haven't said it, I'm the owner of Rubik LLC. I think I kind of went into a little bit about who I tend to partner with, what I do, a little bit about what I do. But I could tell you today, what we're going to talk about is strategic essentials for entrepreneurs. Okay? So if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, and you just want to know a little bit about some essentials as I see them to be, then let's go with this. I'm going to the next slide. There's 5 areas that I'm going to talk about very briefly. And I'm going to let my spirit and heart lead me to where it needs to be at this point in time. I want you to know that, the first topic we're going to talk about is just the importance of knowing your industry and understand where you add value. But I may also add, knowing your industry also entails knowing your target market. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Be able to make don't be stubborn and everything. Be able to make the necessary shifts. Be malleable a little bit because technology moves at lightning speed. I would say probably quicker than the speed of light. And so, with that, with the type of world we live in, especially with current conditions globally, COVID and everything, you may want to be able to shift a little. It's either going to be a voluntary shift or a forced shift. And a forced shift is a little more painful, but we'll get into that. We're going to talk about revenue, technology, and last but not least, the importance of having an online presence. Let's go. Knowing your industry and added value. What does that mean? Well, I'm just going to tell you in simple terms. If you're trying to play, so if you are playing a sport, but you don't know the playing field, it's very challenging. Maybe a little luck, you'll be lucky and get by. But over time, you won't be able to achieve great amounts of success because you don't know the playing field. And you know what? I'm going to liken not knowing who your target audience is as not knowing the players on the field. So it is ever important to understand your industry that you're working within and your target audience. You must know your target audience to the degree where they seem like an old friend or a neighbor. Because who are you going to make an ask to if you don't understand your target audience and don't understand the language in which they speak and need to hear it in? So, first point, know your industry, add value to it, and also know your target audience. And I would add that if you're not adding value, you're not making money. You have to have a product that's relevant and that people want, product or service. Next point, make the necessary shifts. This is my favorite one. I may go on and on about that, but when we experienced this major pandemic, unlike any that I have experienced before, because we have had other pandemics. Um, a lot of people had to some shift quickly, but some was a little bit slow in shifting because they were not prepared. You don't want to be that person. You want to analyze and understand how changes in the marketplace and globally in the world impacts your business. But you can also ride the shift, and I'm going to share a little bit of how you do that on the latter part of this presentation, this impromptu, informal presentation. I'm going to move to revenue because you understand shifting, and the importance of not being rigid but malleable. That leads to success. Understanding your revenue streams and how you make them is ever more important because you're in a business to make money, right? So, any critical activity in your business must map to a revenue stream. You cannot provide a service and do not have a revenue stream attached to it. Service revenue. It's just that simple. Revenue, for all cases and purposes, means money. It also means something of value because people people trade other things than money. Another form of revenue I'll share for me personally, as I shared earlier, I'm very socially responsible, and I'm not saying there's many ways to be socially responsible. The way that I am, I support other businesses and entities that support communities and issues and things that I do basically. And so for me, the satisfaction of knowing that I'm making a difference has been currency for me in the past. So understanding revenue and what's valued in your business is very important, and then mapping that service to it. I wanted to just go there with it because I know we're talking about entrepreneurship, I know we're talking about business and everything, and we're talking about revenue, and the point is that it's mostly considered some type of payment that's of value, such as cash. But there's also other motivators, and I just wanted to hit on that, even though it's not anywhere on this slide, right? Technology, it's our friend. That's how you can ride the wave sometimes. I say the shift wave, right? Because technology rules everything. It's the foundation that many things stand on now. We don't even, most of us don't read a book with pages. We'll use a Kindle. That's technology. That's changing and shifting the way we do things. For businesses that was residing within technology, using it, businesses that were nimble also, that were residing with technology and using it to the highest degree. When we made that shift, during COVID to a more virtual environment, they were able to shift within the shift. Larger companies that are not as immersed in society and nimble and able to move quickly, um, may have taken a little more time. You had a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs that was using technology because, quite frankly, it's very efficient and it allows them to close that gap. Because sometimes big businesses do have an advantage as it relates to resources. So I would say invest in technology, invest money in technology if you need to do something quickly and efficiently, whatever that may be, because it will cut down on process times. And process times give you more time to figure out how to make money. And if you absolutely just have no idea, hire somebody, treat them well, pay them well, because they're going to make you money. Online presence. You want to develop an online presence that's respectful, number one, with dignity. Don't be twerking on your online page unless that's how you get paid. And before I go into it, I want to let you know that if your personal online presence is in stark contradiction to the business brand that you're trying to build, that's called dissidence. That's the distance between it. This in here, that's the dissidence between the two. They're not matching up, okay? So you want to make sure that unless you're a social media and your personal online branding is what makes you money, and your following or whomever you partner with love that, if they like it, I love it, then I say carry on, make your money, no judgment by any means. But if you're a business and your personal branding is in stark contradiction to your business, and it's causing some ripples as it relates to your ability to move and navigate within your industry, you may want to think about it. You know, don't profess to sell, vacation Bibles and be twerking or thugged out, because it doesn't really map up most of the time. But if you can figure out a way to make it map, then you like it, I love it. Please chat me in the chat box and let me know how that's working for you. Okay? So base your business in a way online that distinguishes you from the competition. People need to know why you. Why should I buy your services? Who are you? Why should I listen to you, right? So you must qualify yourself through online activities. You must simply help them understand what makes your services or product or even technology, what makes that more superior to the next guy? Why should they pay premium prices? You could do all of that by making sure that your online presence map back to what the heck you say you're about, which is your vision and your mission statement, right? But that your activities are all in alignment, and that alignment is speaking to honesty, integrity, being trustworthy. I can name a million and one adjectives, right? But more importantly, being the best person for the job. And I think I've said enough for today. I'm Marcella Stokes, owner of Rubric LLC. I'm here for you. I believe in collectively growing together. No man or woman is an island. I feel that somebody needs to hear something about respect. So I'm going to speak on it. When respect is no longer served at the table, you get up. All right, this is not on the slide. If you are negotiating and you have a gut feeling, hopefully you have your lawyers there. You have other support systems that can honestly help you make sure that you're negotiating properly. But if you're in a business situation or any situation and respect has left either the table or the room, then you have to leave also. Always, always. Carry yourself with a level of dignity, respect, the highest level of dignity and respect and intelligence. If you do, when you pricing out your services, you demand what you're worth. A customer is yours, and you demand your compensation scale. If they're not able to meet that, and you're not able to structure and tailor it to their needs, then they're not your customer. You have to be okay with that. Everybody isn't your customer. I'm going a bit off a script, but I want to say that there's enough here for everybody. You must have an abundance mindset. You must have an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset. Ooh, all right, okay, so I'm up burning the midnight oil. And I'm scared now. I don't know if you guys heard that thunder. So I'm going to close this up really quickly. Everything on this planet, on earth, operates in abundance mindset. You never see any animal in its natural habitat not being who it is naturally. And they just are. Cat's a cat, a rabbit's a rabbit, or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, even blades of grass are made, we all are made, pretty much from carbon, right? That's the fundamental building blocks of life. And so, just like, as long as we're young and the hair grows out of our hair effortlessly, it just does it without us thinking about it. Our heart beats without effort unless you haven't, I hate to say it, a heart attack or a major life event that's causing it not to. Not to make light of it, but my point is, we naturally just be. And so if you could live within yourself in an authentic way and understand that just like you are gifted and blessed with the ability to live, create, grow, and be prosperous, you have to know that just as the seas are vast, that there's enough here for everybody. You do not have to win at the expense of someone else losing. We all can win. So from my heart, it's beating still from the thunder, right? But from my heart to and out of my lips, I hope it went to your ears and you understand that you could do anything and that there is abundance and your time is now. Thank you.